Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another glorious episode of Jedi Talk. But before we get the show started and I introduce the full council, I would like to ask you guys to go follow us over on Instagram at Jedi Talk Podcast. And you can follow my personal Instagram account over at Brad from Jedi Talk. And that is the new handle, and it's going to be hard to remember, even though it shouldn't be. Before we... Also, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jedi Talk. I'm going to be doing spoiler-free reviews every Wednesday, and I'm being the last 2 Wednesdays coming up for Obi Wan, where I'm going to wake up early, do a spoiler-free review for you guys over on YouTube. So make sure you don't miss that, and go head over to youtube.com/Jedi Talk and subscribe. And to my right, the only man that I know with a shrine to Adam Driver that would rival Helga Pataki, Evan T. Boucher. Evan, what's going on, brother?
Helga from Hey Arnold. Hello there. Man, that's a deep cut for us 90s kids. That is awesome.
Also, you can follow Evan on Instagram at Evan_T_Boucher.
Yeah. Or Boucher, whatever you want to call it. Spelled the same way.
Boucher's how you know. Boucher's how you know how to spell it.
Yeah, that's true.
And to his right, Chester Cheeto Oakery, Tom Oakery. What's going on, brother?
By the right of the council, by the will of the force, Rhodian Radio, you cocksuckers. I wouldn't expect anything less over there from a failed comedian, so... Chester Cheese Oakery, there we go.
Chester Cheeto.
Chester Cheeto, sorry.
Wait,
I read that earlier.
My intro was pretty good, so...
Is his name Chester Cheeto or Chester Cheetah?
Ooh,
I think it's Cheetah. I think it's Chester Cheetah.
I thought it was Cheetah.
Ruined the fucking joke myself. Ruined the joke myself. Whatever. What's going on, fellas?
Not much. I rode Velocicoaster for the 11th time today.
Nice.
11 times. Happy 1-year birthday to Velocicoaster, by the way.
Nice, yeah.
Officially opened up a year ago.
Oh my God, already?
Already.
Nice. Dude, years just don't mean anything like they used to.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's crazy. I got a couple of things tonight. One, I want to rant on somebody that I used to know, who posted on Facebook a very horrible Star Wars take, gentlemen. Yeah.
You've been tested this week, it sounds like. With
I've been
Star
quite
Wars
tested.
takes,
Been quite tested with these Star Wars idiots.
I got tested at dinner.
It was both of you guys.
I was about to lose my mind.
When you share your dinner story, I'll kind of clap back at this person. But can I regale you about a tale of one Kyle Cosentino really quick?
Please do.
Okay, so I have a source, a very close source. He may or may not have been in this Scourge band that I was in. He may not been in the rhythm section with me. That's neither here nor there. Let's see. Let's call him Tim M. Okay? Tim M. hooked me up with something that was way back when Kyle was just a teeny weeny in 8th grade with him. So, everybody together in 8th grade wrote stories about themselves, just like where they think they're going to be when they're older. So this is what we have in Kyle specifically. So this might have been a group thing, but these are people I went to high school with, so I know it's real. We start the story about a buddy of ours, Nick Seawick. Not far behind was Nick Seawick and his wife, Amy Costello. I'm assuming Amy was a girl student there. Nick became a police officer, and they live happily with their 2 children. Soon after comes Kyle Cosentino, who is announcer for the WWF because he was too small to become a wrestler. Kyle then saw his old friend Nick. They began to talk when Nick asked, "Where's Dan Matt?" Okay, well, that's where it ends. So the funny part is this is back in the year 2000 or something like that.
That's funny.
And Kyle is still getting ripped on for being short and too small. So a little blast from the past. And
22 years later, you're still short.
Yeah.
So I had a struggle tonight at dinner. I went to Trattoria Al Forno, which people raved about that restaurant. I thought it was just okay. Holly really liked it. I don't know. I think it's just fine.
I've only had breakfast there, and breakfast was okay.
I didn't like the pasta that came with my chicken parm. When you think of chicken parmesan, what do you think comes with that?
Like
marinara
pasta,
sauce
and
angel hair pasta, something like that.
Like linguine, something spaghetti, something like that.
Yeah,
this came with that. How do you say it again, Tom? Gnocchi.
Gnocchi, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like the
gnocchi. It depends what type of Italian
I love
you
gnocchi,
get.
but that's
it doesn't fit with chicken parm.
Huh.
The sauce was good. Everything else was good. The calamari was really, really good. But it's just okay. It was just all right. But I'm sitting there.
Used to have character dining, and it's long gone now?
Yeah. Well, no, I think they still do it for breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast is Rapunzel.
That's back now? Because I had breakfast there 2 years ago, and it was not characters.
Oh, so it was definitely there. Well, 2 years ago was 2020. Jesus
Maybe
Christ.
a year and a half. Is it a year and a half ago, maybe?
I don't know.
But
it used to be Rapunzel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why they're a there.
At
Yeah,
an
that's
Italian
weird, right?
restaurant.
Italian
on the
yeah.
boardwalk.
I guess for breakfast it's not really Italian,
No,
True.
but that's still an Italian restaurant. The decor is very Italian when you go inside.
it is very Italian. Italian.
But so I was sitting there at dinner, and this family was sitting next to me, and this dad just had like, I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to get anyone like, but it was just. Well, I will say one of the things. He was just giving really dumb opinions, and it wasn't even about, like, I know everyone's like, let's talk about the sequels. He wasn't talking about the sequels. He was talking about Star Wars in general as a whole, and the only good Star Wars movie is Empire Strikes Back. He doesn't like Return of the Jedi. He hates the Ewoks. He also said that he doesn't see Rise of the Resistance being around for many years.
That's
It's like,
the worst
dude,
take of all of them.
You're
'cause,
just...
like, that is a physical place they made. Like, you can say what you want.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
That's so loud.
Yeah. You can say what you want about movies, but, like, they spent $500 million making that. It's not like they're just going to tear it down.
Yeah, no. He was like, because I thought, I was talking to Holly, and I was like, well, he's definitely going to go down the path of, like, they're going to change the original trilogy. And he didn't even have that insight. He was
He's
just
not that smart.
He was not very smart.
No.
And you could tell, and it was infuriating. But other than that, it's been a pretty solid week, other
Yeah.
than the episode of Obi Wan that came out. But we'll get to
Hey,
that.
you know.
All right, so we're going to break down the episode of Obi Wan this week. Does anyone have like a breakdown of like how the episode went, or do we remember how it went? I've seen it 4 times. I should
Well-
be the one that knows this.
Well, Tom's played the game Fallen Order, so he knows how
I do know
the
how this
episode
story goes. Yeah, I know how this one goes this week.
All right, before we dive into it, I want to know everyone's thoughts. I'll save mine for last. Tom, what were your like? I guess do spoiler free up front, just because people may not have seen the video that listen to the. Well, I know they haven't, but listening to this might hear it. So, what are your spoiler free thoughts? Then we'll get into it.
Yeah, spoiler free from the jump. Out of all 4, it's definitely my least favorite, but I still enjoyed what I saw. Right, I think there was a giant gaping missed opportunity here with something, but I'm okay that it didn't happen. But we'll get to that in spoiler-ridden details. It's a little too similar, just like Evan had mentioned, to the Fallen Order storyline. It really doesn't necessarily give away too many details, but you can kind of know what's going to happen next. I'm still kind of thinking, I don't know if Disney or Lucasfilm made this because they don't anticipate like the general audience to know Fallen Order, to know who Cal Kestis is and know that story, or I mean, because Fallen Order is so fucking popular, like
They also
millions
released
upon
Cal's
millions.
lightsaber.
Yeah,
so
I know.
that shows
yeah.
me they think that people do know Cal.
It won the vote. I mean, it's not like
I
they
know.
just released. Like
Yeah.
I don't. I think.
So it just to wrap that up, enjoyed it, but out of the 4, I would rank it last.
Evan.
Dang. Man, it's my favorite of the 4. For me, actually, I think it goes 4, 3, 2, 1 in the order I've liked these. But I really like it. There's a few things that are definitely fan servicey and the bad kind of fan service that like you can't really argue. But it was my favorite, and just because like something is similar to another Star Wars story doesn't make it bad. Like Force Awakens was A New Hope, not bad. People still love Force Awakens, so that's how I kind of look at it. It's like it's that same kind of story, but it's just different characters, and it makes sense for what's going on in Kenobi's story and the story of the show. But my favorite one so far, for reasons we'll get to without spoilers.
Sweet. All
With
right.
spoilers
So
later.
for me, I went really hard the first day on it that I didn't like it. Like I said, I've seen it 4 times. The first time I watched it, I was like, it's okay. It was too short.
It is too short.
It was short.
It felt like half an episode. It was. You said it already. It rehashed Fallen Order for me. Enough time hadn't passed between Fallen Order and this for like A New Hope and
Force
Awakens are 30 years apart.
Yeah, sure.
This is
True.
2 or 3 years removed from Fallen Order. When did Fallen Order come out? 2019.
End of
Yeah,
2019, like
So,
December 2019. Yeah.
So like we're 3 years away.
November,
from this.
technically.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we're like
that's
3
super
years out
close.
from this. It's too close, and it's all the same visuals. It didn't add anything new to the.
It added one thing that was
That's true. It
insane.
did add one thing. It did
Yeah.
add the one thing. I forgot about that. Yeah, it does add that, but I don't know. I thought it was weak. I thought the CGI looked really bad in some parts. I thought
It did.
the story. To me, this is the same thing that happened in Mando season 4, where they establish a bunch of things and then they just do not deliver on them. And I'm hoping that they change that. I hope that 5 and 6 really deliver, because if this was where we ended, I would be very, very disappointed with the show.
true.
would-
But
they
that's the
wouldn't
good
end.
news.
I know.
We got two more.
I know
like
it's not.
that,
I
yeah.
know it's not the end, but I just didn't like it. I still give it like an 8.
Right.
So it's still really good. But
It's the
just,
least best. Is what you're
It's the
saying.
least
So,
best.
Like,
Like,
yeah.
I for me it goes 3, 2, 1 mile of shit, then 4. It's not that bad. I'm being rude.
Right.
No,
You're
but
just
it's
saying there's a big gap.
It's a big gap. I mean, to me, like the show has built up to this really interesting point where, for them to open the show and only address like him healing other than his body need to heal, like one mention of it when he just got dragged through fire by his old Padawan, and he's still hunting him down, and then just be like, oh, I gotta go save Leia.
Yeah.
They are relying way too much on Leia, and I like that she's involved, but she's involved way too much. She's involved way too much. The show, this is not what I didn't want 4 episodes of Obi-Wan running away from Vader trying to hide Leia. We got to get her back to Bail and move on.
That could have been like 2 episodes.
It should be done.
Yeah.
Like that arc should be done.
Definitely fair.
It should have been him returning her and then him dealing with Vader.
And is
That's
Luke
what it should have
okay?
been. Luke's not.
well, all
like,
the Inquisitors left the planet, so
Right.
I would assume he's okay.
How many times are we going to do the? We'll get to it in spoiler talk.
He was
but
never
it's
on their radar,
I'm not a
so.
fan of this episode.
I get it.
They could have been done way, way, way better. But all right, let's kick it off the right way. Who knows how this thing starts?
I'll do it.
This is when we get O'Shea Jackson's character, right?
Yes,
not,
this is
not quite yet.
not almost, but
Okay.
yeah, you guys ready? This is the alarm for spoilers.
I like it.
So spoilers for Obi Wan Kenobi at Part 4.
Part 4.
See,
yeah.
most
they're
people would have
parts.
went with the Death Star alarm there. I like your subverting expectations. There it is.
That's Imperial Alarm 2. This is Imperial Alarm 1. I like this one better.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Me too. The second one's from Rogue One.
That's right.
I have a magic band that does that at the touch points.
That's cool.
It's a Krennic magic band. It's one of my favorites.
Mouth noises is that one.
Mouth noises.
Yeah.
Star
I've got
Wars
that same-
ASMR.
That same thing
Oh
saved
wait,
on my
I
phone,
got
but
I
it's
got a
not
good
bad.
ASMR for you.
Ooh.
Do it again. There you go. All right.
Seismic
So-
charges.
Obi-Wan Kenobi Part 4. So this one opens up with, help me out, Evan, is Kenobi's... Oh, that's right. They're taking him in the ship. He's in the ship. He's kind of like
Yeah.
in and out of consciousness. And just him and... no, this is before. You see Tala up in front. She's like, just hang in there, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And they're flying through like dark, like a kind of reddish, beigeish clouds. It reminded me of Dathomir a little bit. But they're going to Jibo.
I don't know. It takes
Oh,
me
no,
forever
hang
to
on.
get all these new planets, so don't ask me.
It's a J.
Hang on, I'll find
The
it.
only
Okay.
2 planets I know from this show so far are Tatooine and, well, Nur is technically a moon, so not a planet. But that's the only 2 things I know. from this
Yeah,
show.
Nur's a water moon.
Yeah.
We saw Mustafar. There's another one.
We did see,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and you know, they pull Obi-Wan in. They get him into the back of the tank, and Obi-Wan is in the back of the tank. And this is when. So, do you guys think they're just connecting through the Force here because Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader are both in the back of the tank, kind of almost throwing force blows back at each other, or they're.
It could be a little bit of that.
It was parallels of the same thing. They were both
Yeah.
healing.
My thought was
Yeah.
that this was like a Snoke kind of thing where he's infiltrated his mind and shows him. I don't know.
Could
It was
be.
hard to tell.
Almost like a hint of a dyad, but not quite a dyad, that
Yeah.
type thing.
I should know this. This is driving me. I'm actually having to pull the episode up so I can see the name of it because it's
And I guess-
Kajim.
Huh?
Is it?
Kajim? No, not
No, that's
No.
Kajimi.
Jabim.
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 That's it. I knew it was
There
something like that.
And I guess Coruscant wasn't the first chapter, episode, whatever. So I know Coruscant too.
Alderaan.
Yeah, Alderaan. Okay, yeah.
You keep forgetting.
Yeah. All the established ones I know,
I
but these
know, I
random
know.
ass new ones. Like
So they're
What was the other one? It was the
Daimo.
no
Daimo.
That's Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Yeah,
He is the
it was
Daimo.
like Daimo. It was like
Daya?
Dayu.
Dayu.
Dayu. Sure,
Yeah,
yeah, something
see?
with a D. I was
Too
halfway
many.
there.
No more new planets, please. Hashtag no more new planets.
It's coming.
It is.
There's just something distinct about
It
this,
never
but
stops.
Anyway, go ahead.
So
Let's stay
back
on track.
Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi back to tank healing, and then he pops out of the water, right?
Did anyone else think we were getting a flashback here?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I thought so
absolutely
too.
did. As
Like
they were
Boba
dragging
Fett
him in,
style.
but
Yeah.
I got excited because I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna see Anakin.
Yeah, it's a
And I was
flashback I
damn it.
want.
Yeah, flashback I would have loved to
we
see.
have to get some, right? Like, what's the point of
I
getting
think
Hayden?
so.
I think we saw what we're going to see of Anakin.
Dang.
I hope not.
How
I
much
mean, it's
money did they pay
badass,
him
but-
to be there for Luke Skywalker in Force Awakens amount? Like,
I don't know.
He's playing Vader. I don't know.
We'll get to a story
we'll
later.
get
about
there,
It.
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's in the next episode. We'll talk about it.
Okay. So he gets out, and he's like, Tala's telling him he shouldn't be out yet. He's not healed. The first thing he says, right, is, "Where's Leia?"
Reminded me of Finn. Where's Ray?
Yeah.
Right.
Ray.
So they get out, and now this is where we meet O'Shea Jackson's character, and we were wrong.
We were very wrong, but this character drove me insane because they introduced him. He's like, first off, he's a part of the path, so he's supposed to be helping people.
It took him
right?
like 30 seconds too to make the switch.
So stupid. It was,
I agree.
It was so pointless. It was so pointless for them to go up and be like, "No, I ain't helping you. My wife was a Jedi.
Yeah.
I guess I'll help you." It's like, what
like,
the
what?
fuck? Why even
Yeah.
bother?
Yeah.
Why even bother?
He should
Why
have been
waste
like,
the
"I
30
will help
seconds?
you," because
That's your job, guy. You're a part of the path.
Yeah.
Especially
Hey, guy,
if his
help him
story,
out.
his wife died because she was force sensitive. If that happened to me, I would have pulled my gun out and shot Obi-Wan right in the fucking face. Be like, "Fuck you."
Did she really
like
die
you-
though? Is she Reva? Theory. No,
Oh,
I have
shit.
nothing to say that's true, but that's a theory.
Oh shit.
Well, Reva is the
Well, they have
Padawan
to
we
be
saw
because they're
in
the only
the
two
first
black
scene.
people in the show, so it has to be that they're a couple.
Yeah, of course, and they're related to
But
Lando.
I don't think we ever.
and Finn,
Finn.
and
They're
Jonna.
Finn's grandparents.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever talked about this. I don't think we ever talked about this. But by the way, that's the preview we have to show on Instagram this week. We've
That's
never
better.
talk about this, but Reva is 1,000% the Padawan we saw in
Right.
the opening scene.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's the only reason to have that. Scene.
right, exactly.
Well, I think it's just cool to establish for people who don't know what Order 66 is off the jump, because there are people who don't know.
It was a good way to see the
establishing.
Order 66 from a different point
Yeah,
of view.
I'm done with Order 66 though.
They're not.
We've
though.
seen enough.
They're not.
By the way,
well, it'll never go away.
Evan, what's the name of this show?
This show?
Our wrap up show.
This is the more civilized wrap up show. No, dang, we suck. We had it down so
I
good
don't
last
remember.
week.
Hang on, I can find it.
We had it wrap. We had it. What was it?
How do we suck at this? This is our shtick.
I didn't title it.
An elegant wrap up show
an
for a
elegant
more
re-
civilized age.
An elegant recap show for a more
so
civilized
close.
age.
So close. We're not editing that.
Qui-Gon,
We're
where
keeping that.
are you, Qui-Gon?
That's another
Reaching out
thing.
to the Force.
It's another thing.
Qui-Gon,
Yeah, 2
where
episodes left.
are you?
2 episodes left.
Always remember,
I don't think he's showing up,
Oh, there he is. Yes,
your focus determines your
Yes.
reality.
dude. They didn't follow
He-
through with the basic shit they set up.
We got 2 episodes left. That's all I'm going to say.
Liam Neeson is 1,000% going to show his face.
Season 2.
Nope.
I
Could
think
be.
I think you're going to get
Nope.
a tease of him, and
Next
I think
week.
there's.
Next week. I told you next week
I
he's
think
coming.
I think you're going to get a tease. I think you're going to
Nope,
hear
he's
him.
coming.
I think you're going to hear his voice,
Credits will do fine.
something like that. I think you're going
He's
to
going
get
to
something
say
like
Obi-Wan credits will be
Credits
fine.
will be fine.
Send me the space credits before I help you out.
that. And then I think you're going to
I'll put
see
that up
him
here.
incarnate in season 2. And I think they've already filmed it, but they're saving it.
Ah,
I really
Could
think
happen.
that.
I
really
think it's-
we're
I
going to
think
see
it's
him
this
in
week.
episode. We're going to see him next week.
In 5, yeah.
How confident are you that next week? This is the bet. Next week.
I'm 90% sure he's coming next week.
Next week?
Yes. 5.
I
Chapter
will
5.
go out on the line and I'll say I was wrong, but I'm 100% confident he's
10% chance he shows up next week.
So me and Brad combined are 100%.
There you go.
I'm on the 90%.
No, 10% chance he shows up.
Dang.
I'm not convinced they're going to follow this through on a high note. I'm really
Ability
disappointed.
to
With,
speak does not make you intelligent.
Hey, don't you save that for my takes?
Isn't that-
What
Yes.
the heck?
that's
Come on.
Rodian Radio's take.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
fuckers.
All right,
So
where
this,
were we?
This scene is completely. This feels Rogue One. This scene is like it feels like Rogue One to me.
Oh, when
Yeah,
they
it
go talk
definitely
to what's O'Shea Jackson?
I don't know his,
Junior's
the
name?
character's
I
name.
can't remember the character's
I've only
name.
seen
Hang
this
on,
episode
hang on.
once.
It
I need to go back and watch it again.
I know this.
I didn't have a lot of time this week. My parents were in town, so we did the parks and whatnot. That
Chewie?
was my dad.
Does
all
anyone
week.
know Wookiee?
He was freaking.
Does anyone
Shriwook?
speak Shriwook? Yeah, anybody?
I don't
No.
know. I forget his name. But
So anyway, we'll call him O'Shea Jackson Jr.
that introduction was so stupid.
It was
Yeah.
just. I mean, he served a good point because his wife died. And
I like that. I like that
Yeah,
story.
it was-
but the
but
fact
then-
that I'm not going to help you. Okay, I'll
Right,
help
not
you.
gonna help
Okay.
you.
Why
I'll
are you
help you.
working on the path then, guy?
Yeah.
Now, that's the thing that doesn't make any sense. That's like going to McDonald's and be like, "Hey, can I get a Big Mac?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"Well, my sister died because she ate too many Big Macs, but I guess I'll give you a Big Mac."
So
Stupid.
may I for this next part?
Please.
So now they're all figuring out how they're going to break into Fortress Inquisitoris. Okay, like my heart started pumping during this part because I knew what we were getting at, right?
Mhm.
So they're talking, they're looking at it. It's a unpenetrable fortress, right? It's pretty well established. They're Inquisitors, dark side users. Darth Vader goes there every now and again.
Unless you've got a rebreather, then you can just waltz right in.
Yeah. So you go. They're sitting there talking, and they make several comments like, "How are we going to get in there?" no one's ever seen the inside before, and I'm starting to think, like, Jesus Christ, Tala, don't you know Cal now? Like, haven't you run into him on the path or something like that? It's just like, bring it up. This was the opportunity, and then they just went along with it almost as, not quite. Cal had a much tougher time getting into it than Obi-Wan did, because he just kind of, Tala snuck in. She snuck in her Imperial garb.
The person on the inside.
It was her sacrificing. She was kind of like the last ditch effort. It was the plan to say, I have credentials, I can get in.
I love this scene because that girl is, I don't remember her name. She actually, her name sounds like a Star Wars name. I forget what it is, but she is such a good actress. She walked up, she looked very sheepish and like kind of like insecure and like this isn't going to work.
And then the dude's
second
like, give me your credentials, and she's like, excuse me.
Yeah, and then she just snaps into first order. You will address me as sir.
Yeah, she's like, I'm the ranking officer.
Yeah, that was cool.
I'm the ranking officer here. I have classified information. Do you know what that means? Like,
yeah.
And then as soon as she goes through and she's good, she goes like, and she's back to this like,
that
holy
kid
shit.
was a good actor too, though.
It's time for you to leave.
That kid did a good job too, because he went from like being all on top of it, like you listen to me, to her saying that, and he was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry."
Yeah,
he really did good.
That was one of my favorite scenes of the whole show.
It was good
because it just shows you how badass that. I love Tala. I love her character.
I keep expecting her. I thought she was going to die last episode.
I keep thinking she's going to get triple crossed. I thought she was going to die in this episode. Once Reva found out.
I keep thinking Reva's going to just kill her.
So
we're
missing the parts that jump between this story and Reva interrogating Leia.
Right.
So she walks in. She's trying to. This is all kind of.
Which time of Reva interrogating Leia? The first time?
Yes.
Or the 7th time they said the same thing in every scene?
I know. No, the first time when she's just like trying to like just get it out of her without using the Force to read her mind. And then, like they're all combined to me. I can't. There's 3 distinct moments that I remember. The first time, the second time she's like reading her mind with the Force and says you're strong, and then the third time,
so strong as in Force sensitive. How does she not realize that this kid's Force sensitive? Leia's Force sensitive.
I don't know. You can have that question with anything in Star Wars, though. Like in the whole prequels, how do they not know Sidious, whatever? And then like, they
explain that. Like, they explain why they didn't know that
the dark side clouds us all. Like that's not an explanation. Like that's just lazy.
Hey, how did Palpatine come back?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This kind of thing is in Star Wars forever.
I know,
so
but
you can't just be like, this show sucks because
you're not saying the show sucks.
But there are people that are.
It's a flaw to have a character that you've already established in every other medium that is Force sensitive, especially at this point in her life, especially with Princess of Alderaan, which is just a few years later. We know that Force users are stronger in the Force when they're children, and it wears off over time. Kind of. Well, no, that's sorry. That's the Chiss. Sorry. That's the Chiss.
Yeah, that's 100% Chiss.
That's Thrawn's
because that would have blown Rey up. Luke too.
But she's an Inquisitor. She's a Force user. She's reading her mind. How does she not know that she's at least Force sensitive?
Maybe she does, and she just doesn't want to admit it.
Or her focus determines her reality.
She's a
focused
ruthless
on
character.
finding Kenobi.
She's a ruthless character. She cut a woman's hand off on Tatooine because she talked back. I'm sorry, because she spoke up. It's just inconsistent. Anyway.
I don't know. Her focus determined her reality. She's focused on Kenobi.
Stupid.
Yeah. That kind of thing's in all of Star Wars.
So we also, in one of these scenes, while she's interrogating, Lola tries to attack Reva.
Is that what that was? I couldn't tell if that's what that was supposed to be.
Uh-huh.
Even though there was a stormtrooper right behind her, what does she think Lola was going to do to both of those?
No, Lola
There's something
did it
in this
herself.
episode, by the way, I think you probably hated.
Oh, yep.
I know exactly
Cara
what it
Dune,
is.
but even dumber than Cara Dune. Yeah.
We'll get to it.
It involves a helmet.
I saw it. When I saw it, I was like,
laughed.
oh, my God.
I laughed. We'll get there.
Yeah.
As much as I love this episode, I laughed. It was horrible.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah,
we'll get there. We'll get there.
So the interrogation, I don't know. I think Leia, the actor, and Reva, the actor, like that was a great scene. Every time that we jump back to them, all
too much,
3-4 times though. But they're acting, they're doing great.
They're fun.
I
have
them.
no problem with them. Their performances. They're both fantastic.
Yeah.
To me, it is like you do the same scene 3 times, and it's literally 2 of the 3 scenes are the same exact dialogue, just said in a different way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go, people think I'm insane. Go back and watch. I watched. I was like, it's the same thing.
That's why we're talking about this interrogation scene now, because it's all mishmashed
it's all the
together.
Same thing. Yeah, it's all the same. There's nothing distinct about any
the
of
most
them.
important part is Reva catching Lola.
Mm-hmm.
Because that
you don't
pays
think
off.
so at the time,
right?
But
that's true. Like I thought she was gonna.
I thought she was gonna crush it too.
Just kill it.
But then I thought she was gonna read Lola's mind for like the location of where they were and stuff.
Yeah,
I want to know if you can do that with a droid. That would be kind of cool if you can read a droid with the Force. You shouldn't be able to.
No, I was talking about like actually taking the droid apart.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Like giving it to some scientist. And
I wonder when they're going to pay this. What her start is off, because she keeps like, I had a droid once. It was taken away from me like everything else.
Yeah.
What is she talking about? I mean, we know what she's talking about, but like, give me a flashback. Like if episode 5 starts off with a flashback and it's that kid running from the Jedi Temple, dude, I'm here for it.
And that's
I
when
want-
we get
I
some
want more
Hayden.
of her character.
We
I
finally
like her
get some
character.
Hayden stuff there, maybe. Like,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe she sees Anakin coming in chopping kids down.
She
Like
probably does.
That
Yeah.
needs to happen. That needs to happen.
She's
I'm
going to
sure it
see
will.
Anakin, and that's why she hates Obi Wan Kenobi so much because he was
Her
Anakin's
master.
Yeah,
Because they keep
Something.
reminding us how the Sith and Inquisitors kill kids. Like as
well, yeah. They
Knights of Ren have never killed kids that I know of, so I'm sticking with my Knights of Ren. As much as I love the dark side, they keep reminding us that
They
other
kill
Darksiders
kids.
just murder kids
kill
left and
kids.
right.
Speaking
so.
of killing kids, has
Yeah.
anyone seen Stranger Things yet? Have y'all started it?
no.
Dude, the
No.
first episode starts with a warning. It's like, hey, this was filmed a year ago before the school shooting that just happened. So sorry if it upsets you, which I thought that was cool of them not to pull it because there's a pretty it's borderline.
They could have
intense
done
scene
that
in
with
the first
Kenobi though,
episode.
because it opens with kids being shot and murdered. Like they
No,
could have
we
done
actually
that. with
never
Kenobi.
see that.
The kids don't get killed.
Kids don't
The
get
kids
killed.
run off.
Yeah.
There's no children
True.
that get killed on screen. I actually went back and watched
Even
it.
the
I watched
blurred
the
out
second
ones,
time.
like in the background.
Yeah,
on the side?
it's all
No?
masters getting
Okay.
killed. Yeah.
Okay,
They're not going to
it's
show
okay
that,
to kill
except
adults.
Vader.
It's fine. Yep.
It was more like a teen. By the way,
So-
follow me at Ginger Sith 66.
Oh yeah, you didn't say. You didn't say. it in your-
We you didn't set me up. You set him
Oh,
up, but
sorry.
I'm over here crying.
I didn't even use
That's why I
mine.
was
No-
silent
no one
for 2
cares.
minutes.
No one cares.
Should I change my name? Everyone else is changing their names.
You
No,
should.
I rebranded it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're committed to the Jedi Talk.
Yeah,
True.
we're going full.
Evan T.
Going
Boucher.
purple. Evan
All
T.
right.
Boucher, Jedi Talk.
So then
66,
then
Jedi,
she gets
whatever.
into the thing, and this is another scene where it was really stupid. She sits down at this console and is clearly talking to Obi-Wan out loud, sitting
yeah.
next to an Imperial officer, and he keeps looking over at her like, "What are you doing?" At no point does anyone get suspicious. Nothing
Yeah.
happens until the officer comes over, taps her on the back, and is like, "This isn't your station. What are you doing here?
This isn't
Come
Paul's
with me."
Station.
And then she chokes him out, and he's silent the entire. That dude, watching people get choked out on camera really pisses me off because that's not how you get choked out.
But
You
that's
don't-
not a Star
don't-
Wars problem. That's every movie ever problem.
I'm not saying it's a Star Wars problem.
Okay.
It just bothers me. It is.
It does me too.
Because when you get choked out, you don't go. You go.
Yeah.
And everyone would hear you, and she just leaves the body there behind the console. No one sees or hears.
while
anything.
all this is going on, Obi-Wan just slipped right through.
yeah, he slips
So
through.
with the breather, and he's avoiding a
He chokes
seeker
out a
droid.
stormtrooper too.
Yeah, he
throws
does.
him in the water.
Oh yeah,
Which was cool.
That was funny.
That was
yeah,
cool.
that was
yeah,
funny.
yeah, that was funny. He
And he hides from the seeker droid,
Seeker droid,
from these scary looking doors with his red logo. And I'm like, I didn't know what was going to be behind him, but I'm like, that can't be good.
I wasn't expecting what we got.
No, I was thinking like Purge Trooper, like a training room or something
Yeah.
like we see in Jedi. But I was like, this can't be good no matter what he's going to run into. And it was not good. Are we there yet? Can we?
yeah.
Okay,
We
like,
can get to the tomb.
She
yeah.
lets him in. She finds that they're hiding
Oh.
something. He's obviously looking for Leia, but
and he's
he
in
finds
this
this.
like vault-looking place, and it's a tomb.
Yeah, it's a
Wh-
tomb of some, not all, but some Jedi that they've
man.
killed.
Jedi and Force users. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forces that they've killed. By the way, I don't want to say this now before I forget. Did you guys notice in like the main Inquisitor like conference room, it's decorated in lightsabers from Fallen Jedi?
Yeah. and-
Evan said that
and
last
the,
week.
He did
the,
say it last
the
week?
kids'
Okay.
helmets, the,
The helmets,
younglings'
yeah.
helmets.
Whew,
So they just keep reminding us that they murder younglings because we get to the very last tomb, and it's just like a 8-year-old boy
Right.
just like staring at him.
This is also another opportunity to show some callbacks. They
I
didn't
agree.
need to, but they could have. They did one deep cut from Clone Wars that maybe 7 people are gonna get.
That old guy,
Master
that old looking
Sin-
dude,
Sin-
whatever
Sinube?
the heck.
or something.
Yeah.
Master Sinube.
But I said that too at the time. I was like, they should have showed us like one name that we knew. I should have been like, oh, it's Luminara, or like I should have been
Yeah.
because Luminara
Yeah.
is in Rebels. They bring her body out to get Kanan Jarrus to come out. So like,
You could
There's
even
precedent.
fucking put Plo Koon there.
right? No,
That
he's
w-
still alive though, according to the
Dave
rumors
Filoni.
they give the actors on sets.
Oh, that yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
He's
I don't
not
care
alive,
about
but
that. He's
see
dead.
the thing going around that people said they saw Mace Windu. I'm like, first off, they didn't show Mace Windu.
no,
If they had shown Mace Windu, they would have shown Mace Windu.
exactly.
It wouldn't have been something obscured in the background by blur. It
Yeah.
wasn't Mace Windu.
Right. Mace's
also-
body's like
Also, that body
Yeah,
they showed
gone.
had both
Both
his
hands. So
Mace
it's
did
not,
not.
It's not him. So
But it should have been at least one character that we knew. But still, ending it with that kid.
I knew who he was. I knew who Master
true, no.
Sinube. Was that how you say his name?
I didn't know his name, but I was like Clone
I
Wars
forget his
guy.
name.
Whatever,
Yeah, with the
but, like,
cane lightsaber. That
yeah,
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
His
is kind of cool.
lightsaber's in the book, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's cool, like a cool little callback for like hardcore Star
But
Wars
still,
fans.
like give me
but
Depa Billaba or like
somebody more
big.
interesting would have
Yeah.
been cool. But then they show the shot of the kid, and you're like,
That's when it hit me.
Jesus Christ!
That
It just-
knocked the wind out of me. I was like,
It
"Ooh."
sends more fear and anxiety into Obi-Wan
Yeah.
because he's thinking about Leia.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
perfect. I didn't think about that.
That's the point of that scene.
It's
yeah.
perfect timing for him to be like.
Plus, it
"That's a
also
kid."
goes to show you the
How
Inquisitors
ruthless they are.
don't fuck
Yeah,
around.
Yeah.
I'm
Which is, dude, the Reva from the first episode would have killed Leia on sight.
well. Don't forget how much of a badass Trilla was. Remember how she killed Prof on Braca?
Yeah.
She's looking
Yes.
straight at Cal, lifts her and saber up
Just
right through the
knives it.
heart.
Yeah,
Right
dude,
there.
like they're
He
ruthless.
lets him
and-
give his little speech and then just
Yeah,
to the
dead.
Yeah. She's trying to get info out of her. You can't get info if she's dead.
But the only info she wants is Obi-Wan, and we still don't know why. I mean, we know that she wants to become
Right. We
Wants
got
to
two
become
episodes
Grand
left.
Inquisitor.
She has a vendetta against him.
Yeah,
It's-
we got
it's-
2
she-
episodes.
she's going to see Anakin, and we'll probably get a flashback.
I hope so. I
Of-
really
of
hope
Anakin Walker by her. Maybe he tried to kill her. I don't know.
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be
Or
cool.
we find out Anakin took some to groom them.
That could happen. That'd be kind of cool.
But I don't know. The more I think about that, probably not.
Not a fan of that
Yeah.
idea because it's not. I don't know. Anyway, so after he sees the kids, he runs out. He hears Leia, and this was my favorite scene of the episode. He sneaks into the. I forgot to mention. So she goes in and straps Leia to the torture chamber.
Oh, this
With,
was,
like,
this
the-
was
the-
dark.
This
too,
was
like,
dark as shit.
holy-
She's screaming
yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
You're like, Jesus Christ! Somebody go help that poor kid.
Yeah.
And
And
Reva
it's
was
disturbing
gonna
that they
do it.
have. Oh, she was ready. So
Yeah.
it was disturbing that they had like kid torture chambers ready to go.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's my kind of torture chamber.
it tracks from Jedi
Said the
Fallen
quiet
Order.
part, loud
Like,
part
they
quiet.
show it in Jedi Fallen Order. Like
Yeah.
the younglings and Seer in that area. Like,
It's dark. But so then Obi-Wan goes like, I think he hears her screaming or something. They never explain
Yes.
that. 'Cause
And
Yes, he
when-
does.
is that what it is?
He does, and then
Okay.
he says, "I'm going to need a distraction," and then that's when
That's when
Tala
Tala bursts in and
gets
says,
up
"It's
and-
important. I have
yeah,
a message for you."
to go get Reva,
It
which
can't wait.
I got a tiny little problem. It's like, why doesn't Reva just tell her to screw off and then hits the button
Because-
on Leia?
Yeah, it's stupid.
Does
It's just
Tala,
weird.
Tala says like he says it can't wait or he can't wait. Or
No,
like,
whoever went in to get Reva was like somebody stationed there, and then just like apparently it can't wait, or I was told it cannot
I was
wait.
told it cannot
Right.
wait.
So
Right.
this is where Tala's feeding a line to Reva that she knows where they're at, and she says floor 'em, right?
yeah, she
Yeah,
says
floor 'em.
Is
So
that's a
don't floor
planet?
'em.
That's a planet that we've known before, right?
Yeah, it's in the
It
Clone
sounds very
Wars,
familiar.
and it's at the end of Revenge of the Sith. Also,
That's the one where Ayla Secura gets killed, right?
that is Felucia.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Okay.
Hondo once had a base on Florum in the Clone Wars.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew we'd heard that before somewhere.
This scene was great though between the two of them. Reva's like,
It was
"You're
great.
either lying or like."
you're lying for me or to me or
Yeah,
something.
she's like,
something
"You're a
that.
good liar, and you're either lying."
I like
for
a
me."
good liar, but here's
Yeah.
here's my problem with it. Again, she killed someone's hand for walking up. If she thought for a second that someone was going against the Empire and lying to her face, also, why can't she read her mind? She just did it with Leia 2 seconds ago.
True.
Read her mind, figure out if she's lying to you or not, and
But-
just kill her.
but with all these-
Because she's going to take her to get interrogated anyway. Just kill her.
All
No,
these
they don't
why
care.
questions, though.
Tala's force sensitive.
Why did Vader not
I do.
realize Leia was force sensitive in A New Hope when he's in the same room? Like, there's all these whys, but Star Wars.
So different why though. So I can compartmentalize something that was made 30, 45 years ago and go, they just didn't have it back then. This is something that's established in this show. She was
But-
just doing it to Leia in the
Yeah.
moment just now.
It was
That's
established
different
30
than-
years ago that Vader was in the same room and couldn't figure it out. So, if
Yeah, but
Vader
it-
can't figure
but
out,
what I'm saying
how
is-
can
But what I'm
Trilla,
saying is,
Reva
at that
figure it
point,
out?
Leia wasn't force sensitive. That's my point. Is like at that when they did the original Star
She's
Wars
not
movies.
force sensitive either yet.
But
Yes, she is.
Well, she is, but she doesn't know it. No one knows it. She doesn't even know.
I get, but I get Brad's point. Like when they filmed it,
They,
Right.
they had
Out
no
of
intention of
universe.
her being force sensitive.
Exactly.
right,
They had
out
no-
of universe, yeah.
Yeah. So, but when you establish a scene before this that she's reading someone's mind,
Yeah.
why would she not just read that mind again? Like that's bad writing.
I don't know. Star Wars.
Because then she
That's
could have
why.
just go, "You're a spy," and sent her to the chamber. The
Well,
outcome
she-
could have been the same
She
thing.
sends her
Yeah.
for interrogation anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Like
then
you could
we-
have just read her mind and go, "You're a liar." Then there's more stakes because you're like, "Oh shit!" Now that she knows she's full of shit, what's going to happen to her?
Then we get to the part when
Versus,
I saw
we'll figure it out. Like,
yeah.
the part we got to, the part that Evan hates and I hate too.
We
I was
all
just
hate.
saying this. Yeah. Evan,
Yeah.
do you want to give a breakdown of this fantastic scene? Slash S.
Man, I'm hoping you're talking about Tala
Yes.
slapping a stormtrooper in the helmet,
And him falling down.
and
his
it like incapacitating
Hold
him
on.
somehow.
I know what he did.
oh, do it.
I'm going. Keep talking.
Is it a Wilhelm scream? I
Shut
hope
up for
it
a
is.
second.
You
Yeah.
ruined the joke.
It's gonna be a Wilhelm. If you're a Star Wars fan, you know what's coming. But yeah.
That's Kyle's mom last night.
Oh!
That was me inside Kyle's mom last night. It was round 2 and with me and Kyle.
3, 4. Are we good? Okay.
That was me.
loses.
That was me with
Mouth
Kyle's mom
Yeah,
last
there we
night.
go.
So apparently, helmets actually I think hurt you in Star Wars. They don't protect you. So don't wear helmets in Star Wars.
It's so good. You can't see the slap coming.
No.
She like palm heel striked him. She was
Yeah.
like, eh. He's like, ah. So, it's so
That's what he
stupid.
did.
I just wish the conversation. I wish it went down like she slapped him in the helmet, and he just looks at her and is like, "Did you just slap me in the helmet?"
Slap me in the helmet.
And then like his partner grabs her, and he's like, "Did you see that? She slapped you in the helmet."
And
Like,
then
I wish
she
that's
grabs the other guy like underneath it. Which, if you're doing that, just snap his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that would, dude. If she'd done that, I'd be like, oh shit, that's
Yeah,
ruthless.
yeah, that would have
Also,
been pretty
like
badass.
to save all of this, if she's a ranking officer, she should just have like a little blaster on her hip, and she could just pew pew dead. Like good enough. That's what it should have been.
She
Yeah.
kills one of them by shooting him in the chest.
Yeah, like you had a blaster,
She
so
takes
just shoot him.
Can we take a can I quiz you two real quick?
Go ahead.
On something? 2 minutes. I'm going to play you 3 blaster sounds. Tell me whose blaster it is.
Okay. Chewies.
I thought that was the bowcaster. Also, I don't
Nope.
know.
Let me hear it again.
No clue.
The only thing I had was bowcaster.
No, Ray's.
Oh yeah.
The one that
Ray's
Han
blaster.
gives her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
that's Han.
That's
That-
Han's
it's
DL,
100%
the
Han.
DL-44.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's see. Okay.
that's the bowcaster. Right?
Mm-mm.
It's not the bowcaster.
No. Dang.
Is that Omega's bow and arrow?
No.
That doesn't count. Come on.
Not that deep, I promise. I'll play it again. Here we go.
Oh, I didn't hear that first
That
part.
one, I didn't hear the higher pitch.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
The higher pitch.
That's the E11.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
coming through better
Stormtrooper.
now.
All right. Bonus one.
No idea.
Why does it sound different every time?
Is it how it's plugged in?
Hang,
or
hang on a
anything?
second. Hang on a second.
Play it. It's just
does
like how
sound
I'm
different.
pressing the button. I have to hit it like dead in the center.
I got nothing.
Boba Fett.
I was gonna say Boba Fett.
Damn.
God damn it! I was gonna say Boba
Damn.
Fett.
All
I
right.
swear
You
to
were
God.
right. You were
So
right.
I got 1 of 4. You got 2 out of 4. Nice.
I was going
There
to.
you go.
I was trying to place it because I don't know. I was trying to go. I was like, is that Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi where he actually shoots it? That's what I was thinking in my head.
Yeah, we did this a long time ago, like 2 years ago. We did it with lightsabers for a
yeah,
while.
that was fun. We did
where
like
we used the physical ones here, and we're like, "Who's that? That's Anakin's."
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it sounded like it.
All right, back to the show.
Yeah, back
Yeah.
to the show. So we have the stormtrooper thing, and
The
then
slap.
they get away. Well, no, not yet.
Yeah.
This part when they're walking back through the entrance because the alarm blares.
Mm-hmm.
That because the seeker droid caught them.
Yeah.
Caught Obi-Wan and Leia.
Are you talking about the crack in the glass?
Oh my God! Hold on, I skipped something. No.
Okay.
I skipped something. My bad. So Obi-Wan goes through the tomb, and then he hears Leia. He asks for the distraction. We get the distraction. Now we're at Obi-Wan. We're at
when he
Leia
breaks
and,
Leia out, we
and
missed
the
this
two
part.
storm. Yeah, this
This
is where
was
we're
awesome.
Oh yeah. I
at.
forgot
Leia
this
was
and
awesome.
the tomb stormtroopers.
This was my favorite scene of the whole show.
Oh,
of the whole
mine,
show.
mine's coming up, but
Yeah.
but this is very close. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi meets Batman.
Yeah,
You
100%.
this was Batman.
You
Yeah.
think darkness is your ally?
You think darkness
if you
is
watch
your
really closely, you
ally.
can see the cut where they cut him into it.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, really?
yeah, go back and
Okay,
watch
I'll
it, and
have to do
like,
that.
if you turn the brightness up, you can see like I was like, because you can't see him and then he's there, and you can
Yeah.
see the cut where he like pops into frame.
That's
It's
cool.
He forced speed run.
Yeah, he
from
did.
Phantom Menace.
Apparently, you can only do that once in your life.
Right? See, there's a Star Wars question. It's like, why don't you speed run all the time? I don't know. Star Wars.
Stupid.
Chancellor Palpatine, Sith Lords are our speciality.
Well,
Yeah,
we said speed running, not Sith Lords. Dumb shit. Maybe he's still recovering from that back to tank. So
Yeah, maybe.
he murks those two troopers in the
Yep.
dark. He like evaporates from one side to the other. And
So
just,
cool.
It was cool
Yeah.
to see the blue lit up in like complete darkness.
Yeah.
And then we have a reunion, Leia and Obi-Wan, and they're like, yay, they're back together. And then they find Tala somehow, right? She comes in.
Okay, so this part we'll get there too. This is just as dumb as a slap to me. We'll get there when they do get reunited, and she's like, "Put this on, Ben," or whatever.
Oh,
They're just
yeah.
walking with
Yeah.
under the trench coat.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
that's at the end. We'll get to that.
What the?
We'll get to that
okay.
at the end.
We'll get
this
there.
this is when he's murking stormtroopers in the hallway, and the Purge
he
trooper shows
deflects-
up. He's
he deflects
deflecting
the
all the
blaster
blaster
bolt.
bolts.
Yep.
into
Okay.
the glass one.
And then then it shows them into the glass and
Wonder where
stormtroopers
I've
are-
seen this one before.
Right. This is why Fallen Order is too much. It was too close to me.
Too close. Yep.
It's literally the
But,
same
like-
exact thing.
You're acting like a blaster bolt wouldn't get deflected into the glass. Like the odds of that are pretty high. They're surrounded by glass. Where else is he gonna block it?
No, I'm not. That's not my issue with it. It's just
Okay.
that it's too close to Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
they
the
had to
same.
put it in because if you're deflecting blaster bolts, that's where it's gonna go.
Yeah, but
So,
why do it in that hallway? Why do it in that hall where the water is? You could literally do that anywhere else.
Because 90% of the building's underwater, so they got to
Right, but
it
we,
there.
I just
we
think
saw
it's too
hallways.
close. I just think it's too
Yeah.
close. It's too close to Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Because
too close.
remember what Seer did? She broke it apart to get rid of Vader. It's the
Mhm.
same fucking
It's the
thing
same thing.
Kenobi
Yeah.
did to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
It's very good. The visuals look
Yeah, the
really,
visuals
really good.
spectacular. It was
Yeah.
so great to see this in live action.
And then when the door shuts and you see the
Yeah.
the stormtroopers just
Yeah,
floating
their
in the water.
Bodies floating
That
around.
was fucking awesome. I
Yeah.
loved that. That was such a
Uh,
cool dark visual. You're like,
these,
Jesus
these,
Christ!
these poor non-clones, they're like, fucking shit.
I could have been a mechanic on
I was-
Alderaan.
they're like, I was 2 days from retirement.
I quit
too
the
old for this
Scrappers
shit.
Guild for this shit.
So then okay. So I forget now. How do they go from that to running out? Is this when it just throws on the?
Yeah, they just throws the jacket and the
No,
hat
no,
on,
no,
So
no.
stupid.
and she's in
This
her
was the
imperial
dumbest
outfit.
thing.
I
Yeah.
agree with this.
This
So
was so
stupid.
bad. I was like, you've
I
got
was
to be
laughing at this
fucking
too. I
kidding
was like,
me.
how is no one seeing feet and a big lump in your trench coat?
His
Like,
wide ass, like big,
what?
thick ass hips.
like,
Yeah.
It
what?
looks so
I
stupid.
mean,
Nobody.
the only thing I told myself is like everybody was so alarmed at the alarm that they just.
I will say this,
I
to be
guess.
fair, and I just shit on this pretty hard, but to be fair, there's a scene where there's a wide shot, and they're in the shot, and it's hard to see which one.
But one.
One
But
shot.
the next shot, you go, oh, there it is. And the
but
next one, there it is.
If you're a stormtrooper from that far away, from that perspective, you're not going to
That
see
one,
them.
but the other 50
Other ones that are right
stormtroopers-
there
Yeah.
should have fucking seen
I
them.
know.
Exactly,
Unless,
yeah.
with the helmet, you can't see shit.
Oh,
so
that's what it is. Those helmets.
The helmets, they hurt you. So it,
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, just walk out in the open. Cause,
it's so stupid. But so they. This is another part that bothers me. As they're getting away, Reva comes back and goes, "Traitor!" Just like that. Why would you even respond? Why would you turn around? Just keep fucking going.
I know.
Just keep going.
Yeah. That's pretty dumb, too.
Just
And she's-
don't acknowledge it. Traitor. Just keep walking.
Cool shot of Reva walking with the garrison of troopers.
I
behind
loved
her.
it.
That was
Yeah.
that was pretty sweet.
The Purge trooper
Yeah.
shows up, which was
Yeah.
really cool to see in
Fuck yeah.
live action.
Sure
It was
was.
really cool because
Yeah.
that's a really cool design.
Yeah, that's
I
a
love
dope
the
helmet.
love the
I
Purge
want that
troopers.
helmet.
A helmet's
Like,
cool,
yeah,
man.
I want that
Did,
figure.
did they
that
make
helmet.
that? Did they make that helmet? I thought
No.
they did.
No.
They didn't make
They
a
have
Black Series.
they have a
Purge?
Purge figure, TBC.
Yeah, TV,
Right.
and, well, and I think I have them up there.
And the
somewhere.
Black Series, yeah.
I think I
I
have the
both.
Purge.
This
Oh,
one
it's
is-
it's
maybe
a
not.
it's actually my favorite Fallen Order TVC.
This Purge Trooper, though, is actually different. It's not the same design. It's slightly different.
Oh, I never mentioned
So-
this on air, but Episode 3, there's a clear Haxian Brood bounty droid
Oh, cool.
in a shot when they're showing like people working and the stormtroopers like telling them what to do.
Oh, that's
What
cool.
is that? Is that the thing from the
Um,
beginning of the game?
Do you remember all the bounty hunters who are after Grease and Fallen Order? You just run into them randomly all throughout the game. They're
Yeah.
just random bounty hunters. You fight a Haxian Brood bounty hunter.
Isn't
played
that
this
also
game twice and I don't.
Isn't that
remember
also
it.
one of the droids? Well, the one from like Maz Kanata's castle
Yep.
when they're
Yep.
walking in, the big one that's like clunk, clunk, as it's
Um,
walking out.
Oh,
if it's
that guy?
if,
one
it,
of
if it's
those.
the tall, no, it's not the clunky.
Oh, it's
clunk.
not the like
Like-
circle guy. the-
It's like a boxy kind of like rectangle, and it's got longer legs.
okay. I think it is somewhere in the sequels. They
No,
put one
no,
in.
it's in Maz Kanata's
It is?
castle.
Okay,
it is,
okay.
yeah, but it's not the one you're
not
thinking
the
of.
one walking out the door.
I don't think
from the
so.
trailer
unless-
when it was in the trailer.
Right, it's not that one.
Not that
okay.
one.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so she turns around. This was a cool little added thing here. Then they have this like, you were a traitor, blah blah blah. Who
Mhm.
gives a shit? And then the people from the path
They're
show
like,
up.
this is not who you are, and
It's
Tala's like, I was never this or
This is
whatever.
never who I was, or some shit like that. Cool, adorable, great act. I do love Tala. She's a great actress. And then the people from the path show up. This one shot bothered me so much, and I pointed out to Holly. And Holly goes, "You're nitpicking," and I was like, "Okay, I don't like to nitpick." There's a shot when the T-47 land speeders, airspeeders show up, and they're gunning down these stormtroopers. If you watch it, they get like a foot away from the door, the hangar door, and then the next shot they're like going the opposite way.
Oh, it cuts and it just.
It's just bad editing.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
didn't
bad,
notice
though.
it.
It's really, really bad. I caught it the first time, and I was like, there's no way I'm telling that.
I
And
thought
then I went
that-
back and watched it again the second time, and I was like, that's really bad.
I mean, as much as I flipped and did the Leo point when the speeders came in, but like.
And they say that they were made for like transporting sewage, which
I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that.
Oh, that's
Okay.
really cool. That's
Okay,
like-
so that gives them a reason. Because at first I was like, "This is awesome, I love it," but this is fan service. Like, why are they here?
it's a little I mean, I guess, but like
I wouldn't call
I
that
wouldn't call it
fan
fan
service,
service because they're not a part of the rebellion yet.
Right.
So she literally goes.
So those are
these things-
civilian ships.
Yeah, and they're
not
u-
like
they're-
X-wings.
They're
X-wings
literally
are warships.
Yeah, these are literally. They said they're used for transporting sewage.
Oh, I love that. Okay,
So-
so it's not fan service.
No,
Yeah,
I mean it
'cause-
kind of is, but it's not. It's
It
just
fits the
it's just a
story.
reference. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just this. It's what they have to go help.
Okay,
right?
yeah, because they're just civilian ships.
But why does a garbage truck have a blaster on the front of it? Whatever.
Same with Star Tours. Why does Star Tours have a blaster?
That's true.
That's what
So
always.
they just mowed him down.
Riva was blocking all the
Yeah.
with her
Yeah.
$500 HasLab lightsaber that sells in the back jet.
right.
Yeah.
Just taking out
That one
blasters.
pilot was like
Wade?
straight up Poe. Like,
Yeah,
like
Wade.
get out of there. Like we're done. The mission's over. He's like, no, I got this. It's like,
We forgot to talk
come
about
on.
Wade at the beginning. They did a horrible job introducing that character.
I didn't even.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was
Horrible
the same
job.
dude.
Horrible job.
When he was a pilot.
When I
was
first saw him,
like,
I
this
thought
guy's
it was
dumb.
Cameron Monaghan. I was like, oh shit, it's Cal.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
they show a glimpse,
Yeah.
it kind of looks like him.
I could see that.
I didn't even know that it was a guy from the beginning of the episode.
It's that guy
I just
at
was like,
the end.
this is some random pilot.
And that's why at the end when he dies, like, and she's all sad, you're just like,
I didn't
okay,
care.
no
I
one
was
gives
like-
it. Why are we dwelling on it?
Yeah,
They don't
I was
care.
like,
No
he
one
was dumb. Like
they didn't introduce him at all. They didn't even say she says Wade, and you're like, I guess that's that guy. Like,
yeah. I was
Anyway.
like, he was dumb. He deserved to die. So like,
Obi-Wan and Tala and Leia jump in that one.
Mhm.
How the hell did they fit that many people in the back of a T-47? It's one gunner position.
No
back.
idea.
there's 2 seats. Leia's a kid, so she's just on
Two
a
adults
lap.
and a kid.
Yeah.
They showed him
On a
inside.
lap.
They fly off. The other guy is still shooting at Riva.
Oh
She's
yeah, this
blocking.
is cool.
He goes away. The fifth brother comes out. I was like, stop them.
No,
And-
you mean stop them. Stop them. Yeah.
So corny. I hate his voice.
Me
It
too.
ruins the character.
Yeah.
She throws like an explosive, takes him out. He crashes.
Yeah.
They get back up to the ship.
This is my favorite scene. The next one.
With
Vader.
shows once they're back.
They show Vader.
On a
Oh, I thought you
mission
were talking
down
about
this
the Obi-Wan
hallway.
and Leia.
He's just
Oh no,
Storming down
okay.
this hallway.
Because Obi-Wan, we just kind of see them all together and they're sad that Wade died. But then
Okay.
Vader is storming in.
Before that,
Yes.
he has this thing with Leia where they're holding hands. And
Yeah, that's
they-
right.
They really bond. It's a really sweet moment.
they like look
No,
at
no,
each
no.
other. They
No,
just
no,
turn
no.
and
Is that
look.
afterwards?
No, that's the last scene because it pans down to Lola.
Oh yeah.
You're right.
They hold hands.
You're
and it
right.
pans
You're
down
right.
to
Right.
Lola.
So,
yeah,
back to
yeah,
Vader.
So now we're
Love this. Thundering
he
down
is
the hallway.
coming in pissed, and I love this. This was my favorite scene. He picks up. I'm talking Darth Vader. Riva force chokes her.
No questions
picks
asked.
her up.
He doesn't even say a word. He walks
She's
in. First thing
like
he does.
20
You
feet above the
failed
ground,
me, or I told-
choking her.
He says like
I
this is-
told you I would not tolerate failure, something like that. He's pissed.
Yep.
Like I love it.
Okay, this is the third time Obi-Wan has gotten away at the hands of Riva. Why the fuck is he still letting her get away with this shit?
He was about to kill her until she
Well,
revealed that.
That she
this
still-
time
but-
she
but-
has a tracker.
They had a tracker in the first episode. They had a tracker in the next episode. They had a tracker in this episode. How many fucking times are we going to do a tracking
When did they have-
story?
They didn't have tracker.
First one, they tracked him from Daiyu to where they were at. The second
the
one,
ship,
he
yeah.
got away.
This is-
She said in episode 3 that she was tracking him, and he's on whatever the hell planet that was. That's why he showed up there.
She went in like the logs or something.
It's the same shit. It's just how many times are we going to have Obi-Wan just happen to get away and Vader just doesn't do anything about it? He should have killed her right then, and it should have been his story from then on. That would have been, dude. If he'd have killed Riva right then, and he's like, "I'll handle this myself," and then it pans back, and then that's the end of the episode.
mean,
get out of here, dude.
He
Then
didn't,
you
he
have
didn't
the
tolerate
full.
Trilla's shit. I don't know why he's tolerating Riva.
How many times did Trilla fuck up?
Oh,
One time.
One time, and then
This
Vader
is the
killed
third
her.
time
Yeah.
she's fucked up with the same excuse, and he's let it go.
Mhm.
If he would have killed her, and I'll handle this myself, bro.
No, I
That's
know.
a game-changing
That would have
moment
been,
in the story.
That would have been tremendous. I would have loved it,
But no, I have a tracker. He's like, okay.
they're too invested in they want the redemption
This is the third time
story.
he's gotten away. This is the
I don't-
third time he's gotten away.
I'm just going to say this now. I do not want a Reva redemption story. First off, she can't be redeemed.
No one
I don't think
wants
it's going
that.
to happen.
Nobody
I think,
The
wants
Star Wars. No, there are people out there that are convinced that this is
I
happening.
think it's going to
because-
happen, but I don't. I don't.
But
Please, no.
she
It's not
cannot be
good.
redeemed. The Star Wars rule. Like you can't.
What do you mean Star Wars?
It's not-
Everybody
like,
gets
The
redeemed.
Star Wars rule is they
No,
can.
but I know, but people are saying she's going to get redeemed and like stay alive. Like she killed people. She maimed people. She's done
I don't
some
want her to
horrible
Yeah, the
things.
rule is she can't live. Yeah, if she gets redeemed.
Right. Oh
she
yeah,
can't
yeah.
live.
She can redeem and all that, but, like
there's nothing at this
Ben
point.
Solo couldn't stay alive.
Right.
Anakin
Trilla
Skywalker
couldn't.
can't stay alive.
Like-
Trilla can't stay alive.
Yeah.
If this is where it goes and it turns, it's going to come out of nowhere and it's going to really suck. And it's
Yeah,
going
if
to
she
undercut
does
the
get
character's
redeemed,
entire
I agree.
story.
It's going to suck.
Yep.
It's going to suck. I hope she is fully succumbed to the dark side and she stays there.
How confident are you that she turns? You think she's going to?
I'm more confident that I'm not.
Yeah.
No,
but
I'm not.
I'm optimistic that it doesn't happen because I don't want it to happen.
What's your percentage you think it's going to happen?
52 to 48.
What do you got?
2% that it's going to happen.
70% it's happening.
Ugh, I hope not. We all hope not.
We all
I don't
hope
want
not,
it to
but-
happen, but I think that's just how this is going to go.
So Reva says, "I put a tracker on them."
And he goes,
With her
"Oh, okay."
gun, where we will know where their base of operations is. So that's what makes Vader put her down. She
couldn't he have just-
underestimated you.
We got 2 episodes left. Maybe.
Hold on. Oh, do you want to finish it before your thought, or is
Yeah,
this
yeah.
really-
Before my
Okay.
thought, we got
Okay.
2 episodes left. Maybe we keep saying there's gonna be a flashback, and her and Anakin have some connection when they're in Coruscant in the Jedi Temple. When they first talk in that holo projection a couple episodes ago, Vader's like, "I've been watching you. Like I see your ambitions and stuff." So like maybe they're connected somehow. Maybe he's keeping her alive for a reason. I don't know.
If
There's 2 episodes left.
If
but
it
maybe.
comes in and he helped her escape or something, and he's the one that recruited her, then it gives a reason why
Yeah.
he's not just killing
and
her. Out of the
this
jump.
is like his new Ahsoka kind of thing.
As
like-
of right now, there's no reason he shouldn't have killed her and taken over.
correct.
This is the third time she let Obi-Wan get away, and that's what he's truly
true.
after. And he's in
Yeah.
he's in Imperial Stronghold Fortress.
That like
How can
second
you let
hardest
that
place
go?
to get out of.
How can you let that go? It's just
True.
insane to me.
If it
Insane to
ends
me.
like this and there is no other reason, then yeah, stupid.
So
But
stupid.
2 episodes left. There's
All right.
got to be a reason.
So then we go back to the ship. They have this sweet little moment where he's holding her hand and they're bonding. Then it pans down to Lola, and Lola's eye turns red, which is an international symbol in Star Wars. It's bad now.
Evil.
Sith coordinates.
Thanks,
And
R2.
Cut to credits, directed by Deborah Chow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this episode. I'm not a fan. I'm being a little harsh on it because it's like the first 3 were so good to me, and I was just like, we're gonna keep going with it. It's just too short. It felt like half an episode.
It was
One of
way
these
too
episodes were due though. With the like you can't just get. It's just. It's
That's
almost
nonsense. If
unfair
you're
to
planning-
expect straight
No.
fire from 6.
If the initial promise was this was a limited series, 6 episodes.
I know, I'm with you.
Which
You
is
got to deliver on
honest.
all 6. You got to deliver on all 6 of them.
I agree.
This one didn't-
and they
this
thought
one-
they delivered.
There
This
was
one
an
didn't
original
d-
6 Star Wars movies, and not all of them delivered. Like it's not possible. Like,
It
it's
is.
Not.
This is a 30-minute episode of a TV show. There was so much crap you could have not shown in this episode, and you could have done better. The first
Okay.
3 episodes, there's not anything I would go. You couldn't have. The only thing I didn't like about episode 2 was like the Breaking Bad scene. I thought it was a little weird and out
Oh
of
yeah,
place.
yeah,
the
chemical
spice
room.
meth
That's the only
thingy.
thing. But everything else to me has been perfect. Like for real. Like
Okay, but even
some of the best Star Wars content. And that's why
even-
this episode sucks so bad for me.
even if this episode was perfect again, statistically though, one of the next 2 would suck because it's not possible to go 6 perfect things. You can't do 2 perfect things. Like perfection isn't possible.
You ever seen a little show called Breaking Bad, Evan?
No.
That's like
There's gotta be
100
one
something
episode that
episodes.
sucks.
There's
There
not.
has to be one.
There's not a single
Impossible.
episode of that show that sucks. Have you seen Breaking Bad?
Parts.
Guys, I'm telling you, go tell Evan. There is not one episode of
I'm
that
sure
show that's bad.
90% of it's awesome,
No,
but
no.
I'm sure there's one bad episode.
It's my favorite TV show of all time. I'm a little biased, but there is not one. I can distinctly remember things that happen in each individual season. That show is perfect. It's the only thing I think is a perfect piece of art. There's
Sure.
not one.
Statistically speaking, there's
There's not
something wrong.
one thing I go. They shouldn't have done that. Everything like characters react the way you think a human being would react. Like things like these hunch. I don't want to ruin the show, but there's like hunches that certain characters get.
It's been out long enough.
Hank is his brother-in-law is a DEA agent, and it very slowly gets revealed to him that Walter White is the guy selling the meth and the huge meth guy. Every single thing feels realistic, and everything is how every character would react. If you were Vader and she failed you 3 times in a row, you would have choked that bitch out and killed her right there.
If
Probably
there's
would've
not
done
a
That's a
reason.
bad
First
decision.
time,
Then,
yeah.
then that's
there's
a
not a
bad
reason.
story decision. It's a
If
bad
there's
story
not a
decision.
reason, we got 2 episodes left.
If there's not a reason, if this show ends, that is a flaw in the story.
Maybe she's the
True.
maybe she's the love child of Anakin Skywalker and
Please no.
Siri Jenda.
come on.
God, could you imagine? That'd be so stupid.
Please no.
My mechanical.
No.
I can't.
No, hold on. No.
I can't edit. There's no room. I can't
First
put another
off,
edit.
you fucking time jumpers. You're screwing up with the continuity here. Seer,
Oh, my fault.
Seer and Anakin could have absolutely had a side thing going on.
Oh
beforehand
yeah, I wasn't
because,
saying they couldn't.
because
though.
the
I
way
just say no, please.
the way Reva is how old she is. So
Yeah, no, like
I hate
I
this
think
theory
it
so
could
much.
happen, but please no. I'm saying no.
it's not going to happen. It's
Exactly.
a stupid theory, but I'm
Right.
just saying.
Yeah.
What if?
I wasn't saying
God.
no because it doesn't make sense. I was saying no because it's awful.
There's my hopes and dreams. All right, so where do we stand with this? I still think it's I still think it's better a show than Mandalorian season 1. I still think Mando
Yeah.
season 2 is the best thing
Yes.
that Star Wars has done as far as television
Yeah, so
shows
far
go.
because it's full.
But
Yeah,
I
it's
think
done.
I think
Yeah, exactly.
episode.
Thank you.
It's hard to judge because it's not done.
Yeah.
As of today, Mando season 1, Obi-Wan, Mando season 3. That's my ranking, and then I guess
Book of Boba Fett.
Fett's at the bottom.
Right. Same.
Because yeah, there was really cool stuff in that, but it didn't do anything for the character of Boba Fett. Like there was,
No.
I liked the show. I haven't gone back and watched it again.
Same.
Has anyone else other than like the Luke
Other
things?
than the Mando
That-
season
The
2.5.
Luke stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
I haven't
all.
watched anything else. I don't care.
Same.
But I'm curious.
One
I'm
day
really,
I will. I'll go back.
Eventually,
one day.
sure.
Yeah.
I've watched Attack of the Clones recently, so I'll go back and watch Boba Fett. But I don't know. I'm giving the show still like this episode brought it down to me from like I really truly thought this was a 10 out of 10. I think I'm down to 8.5. It'll go back
It's a
up.
big jump.
Yeah.
It's a point and a half.
It's one episode
Yeah.
from 3 stellar.
They didn't deliver on what they established.
I just like it doesn't bother me that much because it's like I almost anticipated one filler episode.
I didn't.
and I was like scared episode 4 was going to be it. So,
if this is as bad as we get, we're in good shape.
oh, I agree.
I mean, it
I will
can't,
con- I will
it can't be
100%
really
say that.
filler because if you went from episode 3 to 5, you'd be like, wait, she was captured, now she's not. Like, how did... So it's not filler.
I said in my first review that it was filler, and I take that back.
Yeah,
It's
so it
not
can't be
filler. It definitely
filler.
filled the plot. It
you
continued
can
the
say
plot,
weakest.
but it was not
but-
great.
Yeah, you can say
I-
that, but it's not filler.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said filler in my first review, but I was in the
It's-
moment,
it's-
reacting
It's
the first time
filler
I saw
with
it.
quotations.
Yeah.
It's serves a purpose, but
It doesn't flesh anything out other than him
compared to the
doing
first
that.
3 for me, it's just all right. Yeah, I can't wait for part 5.
Yeah, I'm
That's
very
how I
excited
feel.
for part 5. I'm really excited.
I
Yeah,
can't
me
wait.
too.
I got the day off of work. I'm getting a tattoo.
Oh,
And
nice.
Obi-Wan Kenobi coming out.
What are you getting?
Poison ivy on the top.
Oh, look at you with the poison ivy tattoo.
I thought he meant actual poison ivy. He's gonna
Actually,
slap on his
I'm
arm.
just going to go into the forest.
Rub
No,
poison
we're-
ivy
he's
on
gonna
you.
rub it, and he's gonna rub it on, and then go. Can you tattoo this marking?
right?
Yeah.
Around, can you just draw around that leaf?
Tattoo
Man,
these
just-
rashes and these
Yeah,
bubbling.
there you go.
Anybody have any predictions before we wrap this up for next week?
Qui-Gon's coming.
Yeah,
Do I-
Qui-Gon
you think
next
Qui-Gon?
week.
Mhm.
Yep.
What else? You think he's gonna actually? So where this ends off is like they're going back to Alderaan now. Do you think they actually drop Leia off? I think
Yes.
I think we're going to get the conclusion of Leia.
Me too.
And I think that these last episodes are going to really, really, really focus on his issue with Anakin.
Yep.
And
Which
I think
he's gonna need Qui-Gon
I
for.
think we're going hard in the paint now with Anakin and versus Obi-Wan,
Yeah,
which
I
is
hope
what this
so.
should have been the entire time.
I think the episode's going to end, and I agree with you. I think the episode's going to end with both Vader and Obi-Wan igniting their lightsabers. And in episode 6, we're going to get a
Ooh.
Revenge of the Sith style lightsaber battle.
That would
I'm
be cool.
fine with that.
We know they're meeting
Of
again.
course
they
we're
have
fine
to
with
because
that.
But I
Obi-Wan
just-
has to win this next battle.
They-
The only thing we've gotten between the two of them was that like 3-sentence conversation on Mapuzo.
Right.
That's
What you made me.
it's great. It's not what I want.
I
And I
know.
don't think it's what anyone.
It's,
if that's
it's
if
the
that-
tease.
Yeah, we know there's a rematch.
It's blue balls.
I know,
We all
I know,
got it right
I
now
know,
with
I
this.
know. But I can't. It's just I'm so disappointed by this episode, and I didn't feel that way at the end of episode 3, where I was like, okay, this is going to really deliver, and then it does what Mando episode 4 did with Bryce Dallas Howard in season 1, where it's like you just didn't follow through with anything that you set up. It's like a shift.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as bad as that. But I've been
No,
the
it's
same
not- no, no.
excitement after all 4 of these.
It
I'm like,
is.
can't
it
wait,
is-
can't
it
wait,
is-
can't
I'm
wait.
still excited. I'm
Yeah.
not shitting on the show. I'm just pointing out things that were inconsistent to what they've set up.
Right.
I'm not shitting on the show. It is great. I said even with all the I know I'm sounding like I hate it. I don't hate it. I told you guys earlier this week. I gave it an 8.
Yeah,
It's a
'Cause
great.
you said we've said it's the least
The
best.
least-
is what
least
you're
best
saying.
of the
It's my
show.
favorite, but it's the least.
It's
best
my least favorite
to you
Metallica
guys.
album,
Right,
which
like,
means
yeah.
I love it
It's my
equally.
least favorite
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin album.
Yeah,
Led
exactly.
Zeppelin 3.
Yeah.
It's still a great album.
It's Evan's
my
least favorite
DJ
animatronic.
Rex.
Not true. My least
album.
favorite Led Zeppelin album is Coda.
Okay.
All right, that's it, guys. Good wrap up there. Please go over to youtube.com/Jedi Talk, hit subscribe, and like any video you see. That I don't know if you guys know this, but that really, really helps the YouTube algorithm. So we get out in front of more videos. So please, any video you watch,
Smash the like
smash
button.
that like, absolutely obliterate that
Poop
subscribe
on
button.
it.
Force
Shit
push
on
it.
your screen.
Force push it. That's all you got to
Shit
do.
on your screen. Rub it in.
Amber Heard on it.
Amber
Oh.
turd the screen. Follow the Instagram channel, Instagram account, Jedi Talk Podcast, and that is it, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about some news that came out, and there's some pretty interesting stuff. So make sure you tune into that episode on Monday, not Wednesday, because we're doing Friday nights and Monday morning releases. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you on the next show. Until then, for the entire council, stay safe. May the Force be with you.
Always in good journey.
Rise, Jedi Knight! Hey, Master Yoda, is this the last Jedi Talk episode we're having this week?
No, there is another.